All right, today we're with Andres Urrego, the founder and CEO of MoilApp.com.
That's correct, John. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for joining us. I am John Castilla with the Buda Economic Development Corporation, and today we are highlighting, we are featuring, we are congratulating Andres on his accomplishment of being recognized as an A-List Finalist with Opportunity Austin, right? In partnership with
South by Southwest. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun event.
Hey, that's huge.
It is. It is. Look, I mean, a year ago, we followed it on social media. We talked about it, and we said, well, why not next year? So we put in the work. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I've learned that that's such a good question. Why not you? When I first moved to the country, I never asked myself that, but you know. The country opens the eyes for you and teaches you that yes, it can be. Why not you?
Hey, so A-List category is sort of this edtech innovation world, or this technology innovation world, and you're being recognized in two categories.
That is correct.
What are those categories?
Yeah, so AI Standout, and then Emerging Startup. So those are the two categories.
So AI Standout, MoilApp, we're going to learn about that and its capabilities to support small business, to support career opportunities with AI. But before we talk about Moil and the application, let's talk a little bit about your backstory. How did you get to where you are today? How did Moil come about, and what's your backstory?
Look, I mean, I think it all starts at home, right? I'm from Colombia, South America. Moved to the US in 2006, like most immigrants in search of the American dream. Better opportunities, right? Back home, I saw my parents most of the time work at least two jobs, or always have another job, you know, to make ends meet. So you kind of grow with that mentality of, you know, it's the hard work, it's the hustle, but at some point you realize that there's more to it. You know, it's got to be better opportunities, better careers.
Right. And sometimes those careers can take you down different paths. So you went to school in Omaha?
Yes. So in 2006, I moved to Omaha, Nebraska on a soccer scholarship, which again was huge. I was a goalkeeper, and I was hardworking. You always have. I think that's really what it came down to. It's not that I was a bad goalkeeper, but I worked really hard and I earned my spot. So. Went to college, graduated in 2010 in computer information systems networking. And in the last year I couldn't play, I got hurt, so I decided to do, after my shoulder surgery, I started working at a bank as a teller. Fell in love with banking, the relationship, and I did that for a few years very well. I mean, it was so fun. Grew with Wells Fargo, promoted like 7 times in 4 years. So it was a great career, but at some point I said, okay, there's got to be more to it. So I moved to a different company, Conagra Foods, and in 2015, my wife and I, we had met. We were actually dating, and we decided that it was time to go somewhere else. So we sold the house, left the jobs, and moved. We actually moved to live in Buda, Texas, but we started a small fitness center in South Austin, and we did that for about 4 or 5 years. So that brought us around here. We lived in Buda for the first 2 years, went to Austin 2 years, and then we came back. We couldn't stay away from it, John.
The food, was it the food, the music, what?
It's the people, it's the community.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, as an entrepreneur, I mean, it was easy to fall in love with a place that makes such a big effort in supporting entrepreneurs in not just getting through the tough times, but actually helping them do things the right way. Build real businesses, with an actual opportunity for a future.
Yeah, that's a big part of the Buda Economic Development Corp is building opportunities, whether it's through the Hive Incubator, getting folks who can get that initial boost, whether it's through incentive, coaching, mentoring, marketing, equipment, or just all kinds of supports. But specifically for you, you came back to Buda, you had a lot of different sort of opportunities of business development, and you landed on Moil. First of all, tell us a little bit about what is Moil. How did you come up with this concept? I guess it's this intersection of AI and innovation.
Yeah, it's a combination of things, John. I mean, when I first moved to the country, I did some blue collar work. I did, construction, cleaning, we did restaurants. But then I also always had the spirit of entrepreneurship. So no matter what I ever did, whether it was going to college or actually had a job, I always had a side business. So I'm a serial entrepreneur, and one of those things that you learn along the way is that the resources are scarce. That it's hard to find the right data, to find the right type of support for your business to actually grow and thrive. So, and the same thing on the candidate side. Very early on, I realized, and then as a company when we built it, I realized that the same problems that people were facing 18 years ago to find work in this entire market were still present. And it was worse than that, because 18 years ago, most people weren't creating the type of resumes they're creating today.
Sure.
Fast forward 18 years, well, there's an entire 70%, 60% of our workforce still doesn't use digital tools to get hired or to advance their careers. So we had to do something. They had been left behind by technology, and AI gave us the ability to actually close all gaps.
Sure.
Because we can now put enterprise level tools at the fingertips of every single person that is looking for a job.
Wow. And you think about, especially in today's market, you see all these shifts in jobs and transitions in the workforce that, this study that I read called Pathways to Prosperity at Harvard, it speaks about, the workforce being comprised of a third out of high school blue collar trade, and a third being sort of that 4-year college degree, and then you have your PhD level doctors, lawyers. But there's this demand for all. You couldn't have restaurants, or you couldn't have certain types of shops if you didn't have all these different parts of the ecosystem. So for you, you're focused on sort of that blue collar, sort of that that gap where they don't do resumes or have the tools like you were saying.
See, so John, I mean, we used to think that we were just a matching tool for blue collar workers and small businesses, but we quickly realized that we could have a massive impact in actual economic development, because the largest portion of of the population is, again, skilled labor people, non-white collar, and the same thing. Most of the businesses in any community are small businesses. Today in the U.S., we have 33 million businesses. 32 million of them are small businesses.
Wow.
But they don't have the support like we do here.
Sure.
So we realized that we could do a lot more than just match people with jobs. And we realized we could give them actual tools to grow careers, to build small businesses the right way, so that at the end we could bring them together in that perfect job, in that do what you love so you'll never work a day in your life.
So tell us a little bit about some of the tools, both from the job seeker and the business side, and then give us a little bit about the impact.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit about where we'll be very soon, right? So over the last 2 years, we built tools to bring blue collar workers and small businesses to our platform, to support them along the way. So resume builder in just 5 minutes, bilingual. You can answer with voice or text. Same thing on the business side, but it's 5 minutes, automatic matching, interview tool for practicing. You can answer the questions with your voice. We give you feedback based on your resume, the job description. So, but the goal is very soon that becomes your AI career assistant. So all of those tools that we are now kind of a standalone, they will become embedded into the career coach that will actually guide you based on your individual skills, based on your experience. And you can ask, okay, what jobs can I apply for? And then it will tell you based on your experience, and then actually build resumes for every one of those jobs. So the idea is to truly eliminate any barriers, education, technology, language that are in between, so that people can truly thrive in our small communities. And on the business side, we do the same thing. We're just in the process of launching what will be called our business coach. But it's more of a business coach / assistant. Small businesses struggle because there's so many components to the business. Most times we are industry experts, not business owners when we start. So we don't know how to handle the business. But with Moil, in just 21 questions, we'll be able to create your entire market research, one-click business plan. And then from there, we're gonna actually be able to help you answer your own questions through real market research from our business coach. We'll have a conversation. It will actually guide you to make the decisions. You're always in control, to the point where we're guiding you to actually be able to create a job post. Today you can post a job in 2 minutes. And soon you'll be able to ask for it and it will post it for you. You're going to be able to send an interview request. But then you're also going to be able to say, I need a marketing strategy for the entire month of December, and it will do it for you based on market data, real-time data that allows businesses, small businesses, to make decisions like the big ones and actually have an opportunity of thriving.
So a full business enterprise system that moves them from market research to implementation, design, planning, social?
Yes, because so in the end, John, the way we see it is this because it knows your entire business better than sometimes even we do. It will allow you to actually create anything you think. You need a contract, a draft that you can take to your lawyer for review. It can. You thinking, we're working on something very cool, which is, we want to get people to be able to do a 1 or 2 click landing page, right? All because we have the entire market research. So the goal is if we can save small businesses money on all of those expenses, they can actually redistribute that to our communities to pay better salaries, to hire more people.
I love that.
So that's the entire goal. And sometimes people have asked me, why do you keep creating tools? And the answer is very simple, because we gotta close the gap. There is nothing today that actually brings both sides together. So to be able to do it, we had to build everything else so that at some point we can actually help.
And when you think of startups or any business, whether it's a job seeker, finances is always the gap, like seeking investment, seeking angel funding, and being able to do more with less. And that's the power of AI. I think with AI, everybody's jumping into it, and the prompting and the prompt engineering is such a challenge. It sounds like you've taken that next step from sort of general prompting to sort of this personalized environment through that market research tool.
Absolutely.
So it's that human intelligence connected with that artificial to really bring the two together. So what goes in that market research plan is what I am sharing, right?
Correct.
Not just what AI is spitting out. Is that
Right. So what we do is based out of every one of your questions,
Mm-hmm.
we go and research the market, we research the industry, but we actually answer about 65 questions total, but we just use the first 21. We research, then go and answer the rest of them. And that's how we can actually give you even your color palettes based all on market research. It's all right there in your business plan.
What's your brand?
It's your brand, your voice, it will. But again, we're taking the guesswork out of the equation and actually helping businesses do it better. And the cool thing, John, is people used to pay $3,000, $5,000 for a market research. With us today, you can do it for $150, and soon you'll have the entire business coach to do everything for you, starting at $10. So it's all about access.
Yeah, I love that. And so what is that market reach or the penetration that you're seeing today as far as acceptance and people being open to trying this? Or have you implemented this?
Yeah, look, this is a cool part of what we do, So very early on, when I left my job, I said, okay, what do I do with my 401k? I knew it was the business. We got to build this business. But everybody said marketing. Go spend money on Facebook, spend money on Instagram. But for me it was, okay, how many people can I truly reach? But not just reach on a click, but reach on actual making a difference.
Sure.
So we very early on, we partnered with organizations like Manos de Cristo. We partnered with organizations like Texas Office for Refugees. We've done many job fairs throughout with the city of Buda, Lockhart, San Marcos, all because, again, it's about putting the tools in front of people. But throughout all of these partnerships, I've actually had the opportunity to educate over 4,000 people at no cost. Our goal is that, right? We've built our entire product based on that feedback, and we take the product back to them, give them access to it so that they can now have those better opportunities. And that has allowed us to today, we have over 6,000 candidates on our platform. So you can tell that it's a direct correlation of what we've done with the community, right? Just give it back to them so that we could build a product that they wanted and that they needed. Which is great because we've spent $300-400 in marketing over the last 3 years.
Hey, and that's an expensive cost when you think of the return on investment. So I want to ask you very quick. Well, first of all, I can tell you that it is definitely a standout that you're taking AI to the next level. And it's also an emerging trend in technology. And, we were both at Austin Tech Week earlier this week. And what we've learned is that it isn't so much about customizing tools for each client, it's about that personalization.
100%.
And that only comes when you can gather market research data that's based on my own company. So it sounds like an amazing tool. And where do people go to find out about Moil?
Yeah, MoilApp.com. We have a candidate and a business side. You have the option to select Spanish or English. We are working on actually making it multilingual, so that everybody has access to it.
Hey, well, every startup, every small business, or every job seeker should look at using tools like this and not shy away from AI, because it's not going away, right?
Look, I mean, it saves you time, effort. It saves you peace of mind. Honestly, I mean, as a business owner, you have to wear so many hats. We need to start replacing those hats, and that's our goal, right? I mean, can we replace all that back-end work, all the take again out of the equation, all that, what do I do? Do I do it this way? Well, let's use the market research to do and actually make those decisions.
That's amazing. Hey, so you learned about the Buda Entrepreneur Camp and the Hive as a participant, right?
Yes.
So you said a year ago you were on the sort of attendee side, and now you're a business coach as part of that, and you're helping others start up their business. Why Buda?
Oh man, this is I love talking about this because again, I left Colombia 20 years ago, and when you leave, that's your home. But now I've spent more time in the U.S. than I ever did back home.
Yeah.
I lived in Omaha, Nebraska for almost 10 years. Now I've been here for almost 11, and nothing ever felt like home like Buda did. Early on, when we lived in Austin, within 2 years we sold, came back to Buda. The people, the support, the community, you just feel it, right? And then Buda also has something that, again, I've worked with cities around and nobody has it, and it's an economic development corporation that truly cares for the small businesses. When Buda talks about we're supporting small businesses, they mean it. They mean from the bottom up. Yeah. And that to me was massive. I remember you brought up Entrepreneur Camp. I remember the first time I ever saw on Eventbrite that the Entrepreneur Camp was happening in Buda. It was the first year. Mm-hmm. I got the chills because I was like, that can't be true in my city. An entrepreneur camp built by the Economic Development Corporation. That was huge, and immediately knew not only that I wanted to be part of Entrepreneur Camp, but I wanted to be part of this community. I wanted to help build it. And part of what we do with Moil is, we do it based on the feedback that the businesses that we work with give us, the needs, and that's the goal. So,
well, hey, listen, I love the fact that as a business coach with the Hive Incubator, you're helping other businesses launch, start up, build market research plans. But you're also modeling it by way of the work you're doing with Moil, a finalist in 2 major categories. You'll know when?
Next week, the 29th. It's the 29th at the Long Center. It's the A-List Award ceremony. I'm excited. From what I understand, I'll be coming with some people from Buda. That are gonna come support, so I'm super excited. See, this is exactly what I was just talking about, that community, that feeling of, as an entrepreneur, there's two things that are crucial, right? We gotta have that passion and know that whatever we're doing, it has a mission and a vision, but also that there is people and that believe in it. Beyond us, because we become a little delusional, so we'll always believe, but when you find those people around you that truly want to make an impact, that truly believe in what you do, I mean, that's home.
Great things happen.
Great things
happen. Well, you're a success to the city of Buda, and I know as an A-List finalist, you're in a pool of other great programming, especially as AI innovation at the forefront of where technology is going. But in our book here in Buda, you're already won. How about that?
Thank you,
You're a winner.
Thank you. I mean, we work hard. If we can, we bring it home. If we not, you're right. We showed up and we'll keep working because the goal stays there. Award or not, the goal is always there, and we got a mission and a vision to accomplish.
What's next for you?
We keep building Moil. We take this big, John. We really want to take this to other cities. We really, as a company, I believe in what we're building and the impact that it can have. We've seen it firsthand. We've seen people's lives changing in a week. So we can't stop. We're not gonna stop. So yeah, we just invite people, invite businesses to try it out. Let us know. You know, we build based on your feedback. So anything that we can help with, we're here to do so.
Hey, well, congratulations.
Thank you, John.
And moil.app.com, we want to thank Andres for being with us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Oh, we got it right.